All right, when I was thinking about this speech, I wasn't quite sure how to properly give thanks to everybody here today, so I thought I'd start with a story. Last year I was working, as TJ alluded to. I was working a lot, like 100 hours a week, a lot. When you're working that much, you become acutely aware that there is 168 hours in 1 week. Say you sleep the suggested 8 per night, and suddenly you have only 12 hours left to allocate between your girlfriend, friends, family, working out, sports books, HBO, whatever. But I wasn't sleeping. In the hours I wasn't at my desk, my BlackBerry was buzzing in my pocket, never fully allowing me to break away. I may have been with you in person, but I wasn't present. I was lucidly dreaming of solving Microsoft Excel formulas and having night terrors about sleeping through conference calls. I couldn't balance the competition of work with my personal life. I had been swallowed whole by my job. This clearly is not the prescription for a full life. So you may be wondering why anybody would do this to themselves. Answer: they want to be successful. But one moment in particular stands out. One morning, my boss is rapid-fire emailing me hate, just cursing me for sending out a presentation late. I hadn't left work before 3 a.m. any night this week and was working all the way until 6 a.m. to finish the presentation. After an hour's sleep at Holly's house, I was back in my seat for our 8 a.m. Friday call. Before slipping into a stress-induced panic, I searched for reprieve and found it through an afternoon time block on the boss's calendar, where I knew he couldn't email me or call me for 2 hours. The second the clock struck 1:30, I collapsed to my office floor. When an alarm shook me awake 2 hours later, I had no idea where I was. It's a different way. I felt like I hadn't slept in 6 months. I've been wearing the same outfit since Wednesday. It's Friday. The suit jacket all the way down to the socks. That was probably the last time I showered. I must have looked like hell. I channeled a cheesy inner mantra to scrape myself off the floor. I said, this is what it takes to be successful. But instead of getting up, I asked myself a question. I said, what is success? Well, that's easy, Andy. You have an awesome career. You make a lot of money so you can retire early. Travel the world. And do all the things that you want to do. With a little sacrifice, this career path will get you there. But then another question. Will that success make you happy? I'm 29 years old and I'm sleeping on my office floor. I'm not pledging a fraternity. This isn't a short-term sacrifice for a better life. This is my life. And I was absolutely miserable. I had never felt so out of myself as I did in this moment. I stared into the abyss, and my office ceiling stared back. Family is worried. Friends will stop reaching out, and you're too busy to text them back anyways. Holly desperately wants to spend time and connect with you. She'll be a lonely wife raising our kids while I work. I don't have to work 100 hours a week to travel the world. I could quit today and be abroad tomorrow. And why wait until retirement? And what's the perk of having money if you have no time to enjoy what it can afford, and worse yet, no one to enjoy it with? The facade was up. I did eventually get up, but I couldn't shake this feeling like I had been living my life backwards. Work was my number one priority. I never realized I'd never really dug into that question of what success is. It's a scary thing when you blindly believe a dream for so long, and then in an instant, no longer believe it to be true. My life model was broken. After some self-loathing, I chose to look for answers. I turned to YouTube.com, and I probably watched every motivational, inspirational clip on the internet. I dove deep into the TED Talks, and one video really stood out. It was research linking gratitude to happiness. It's not reality that shapes us, but the lens by which you view the world that shapes your reality. And if you can change the lens, you can change your happiness level. To change your lens, the suggested exercise is write down 3 things. Get rid of this. You are thankful for every morning, and by paying gratitude to how good you really have it, your brain retains a pattern to scan the world for positive versus negative. I was done hating myself. So since I watched that video, I've been emailing myself every morning 3 things for which I am grateful for. If this sounds a little corny, it is. But change doesn't come with complacency. So 3 gratitudes every day. And while a lot has changed since that day on my office floor, some things never change. I'm still a stat geek, and I still love Microsoft Excel. So I entered all my daily gratitude entries into Excel and tallied up the 3 things I've been most grateful for in the past year, and will now share my top 3 in reverse order. Number 3, Mark and Kim. When you told us you had a wedding budget, I couldn't believe it. You guys are always thoughtful and kind, but this past year you've really gone above and beyond, made Holly and I feel really special. I couldn't be more lucky that you two are my big, scary in-laws. But I learned early on, you can't just throw some money at a wedding and hope it plans itself. I implore everyone tonight here to take a second and appreciate all the thought that surrounds you. I can assure you, every single thing here tonight was conceived, debated, agonized over with a bevy of other choices. But Mark, you really are the man. I'm so thankful for everything you did between flexing your craftsmanship and being a calming force of logic. Though your selflessness really shines today. Instead of sitting back and soaking in your only daughter's wedding, you instead stood up there and just married us with no previous experience and absolutely crushed it. And Kim and Holly, I never fully appreciated the phrase, a blessing and a curse, until I watched you two plan this wedding for the past year. The blessing is that you are both extremely talented, thoughtful, creative people. The curse is that your blessings, blended with thoroughness and a dash of perfectionism, probably makes you feel like you've been taking crazy pills for the past year. So I'm happy to tell you, you both nailed it. It looks absolutely amazing out here. But Kim, you've been the rock. You LeBron James style threw Holly, Mark, and I on your back. But unlike LeBron, you aren't a huge crybaby. Nor do you take all the credit and throw your teammates under the bus. So I can't list all the things you did because I honestly don't know all of them. But the epitomizing one is that you learned calligraphy to write our invitations. So, Mark and Kim, I'm happy to say that as of today, you can officially go back to being retired. I paid gratitude to anything around the wedding 253 times, and I'm still at a loss for words other than just say thank you and that I love you guys. And I've got a lifetime now as your son-in-law to make it up to you and just be there for you. I love you guys. Thank you. All right, number 2. Coming in a close second place on my list of thanks is a collective friends and family with 259 mentions. I've done 4 start-from-scratch moves in my life, and I'm so thankful that I have friends here tonight from all 4 stops. And in case you were taking head count today, it's pretty obvious the girl I just married has way more friends than I do, so I'm thankful my friend count has tripled. To my family, I'm so thankful you love me and support me no matter what, and I wish you all lived closer. But my family just officially grew. On November 24th, I wrote, "You are quickly being accepted into Holly's family and couldn't be happier. I'm glad they all live so close. They are great people, and I hope I continue to get more comfortable around them." There's a reason I was a little intimidated. The Browns are indeed great people, so it's natural all their friends in the family tree are awesome too. And I'm happy all of you could join us tonight. I've loved getting to know all of you, and I look forward to spending more time with you together. Though this is very beautiful and a lot of fun, San Luis Obispo is not the easiest place to get to, and it's a true destination wedding. So I'm thankful that each one of you is willing to travel a moderate to great distance, take time out of your lives, and spend your hard-earned money to get here. Like, this whole experience is extremely humbling, and we really, really appreciate it. Makes Holly and I feel very loved. And number 1, in case you were confused, topping my list of gratitude for the past year is the girl sitting. I'm not sure the word obsess works here. I mentioned Holly, Holland, Boo Boo, Lover, Baby, and many, many more pet names 427 times in the past year. To quote a Stoic philosopher, "Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes and denies us the present by promising the future." The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. After my moment of clarity on the office floor, I decided to take back my life, but I didn't know how. I had one certainty. My best chance at a happy life would be to marry you, Holly. I decided to live immediately. 2 weeks later, I took your parents to brunch to ask for their permission. I can happily say I'm entering our marriage feeling like I've got it right. So what about that hanging question of success that I was droning on about at first? I'm proud to tell you what I believe success is now. Success is not monetary, nor a prestigious title, or a career, or whatever. I've learned that the more prestigious the title, the more the job sucks. And that there's a linear relationship between prestige and getting paid to do something that you would never do in your spare time. My new definition of success is to be a good man, a good friend, a good son, a good brother, a good husband, and soon enough, a good dad. That is my job. And I couldn't imagine a less prestigious title than all of those because there's so many others here tonight and in this world who have the same exact one. Holly, our overwhelming love gave me a reason to stop ushering through the present. I no longer look to the future to fulfill my dreams of purpose or happiness. You centered my world, allowed me to take a deep breath and enjoy the special time in our lives. And through gratitude, I've been enjoying it a little bit more. And there's no moment I'd rather be more present in than the best day of my life. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Let's get the celebration going. Thank you.